Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at something very crucial to your hair growth, and that is creating a perfect hair routine. Here's the thing, I have said it before in the other video that for you to be able to get or grow longer hair, you have to have a routine that you stick to. And so in this video, I'm going to be teaching you more on how to create that perfect routine that works for your hair. Whether you're a beginner or you started your hair journey and you're just looking for how to refine your routine, this video got it covered. So just grab your pen, your notebook, and then take some notes while I explain some things. Why is your hair routine important? Now, let's just take it as like you have this everyday life. You have to work from 9 to 5, and then you have different types of work to do in a day or probably in a month. Like there's a target in your company, so you have to beat it down that this time I am going to do this, I am going to do that, so that by the end of the day or that 1 month that you set up, you're able to achieve everything. So that's how hair growth is. You have several parts of your hair or several aspects of your hair that you need to take care of. And so when you divide them into different sections at different times, it helps you to know exactly what to do at a particular time. You will definitely see that you're able to retain moisture, reduce breakage, and also retain length. So I'm just going to break down the key steps that you need in your hair care routine. The first one is daily care. For daily care, we have the moisturizing. You need to understand what actually works for hair. Some people moisturize their hair daily. Some people moisturize it once or twice in a week. If I were you, I'm just going to try out this moisturizing thing. If every day works for me, fine. And if it's once in a week that works for me, fine. I'll take note of it in a notebook so I can consistently follow it up. You need to understand that moisturizing your hair does not just include using only water. You have to use water, leave-in conditioner, oil, and sometimes butter. For your daily hair care, you should also put in consideration using of your satin bonnet before you sleep. Wear a satin bonnet before you sleep, especially when you don't have a satin or silk bed sheet, just so as to protect your hair from the ash bed sheets that you're using. We also have the oiling of your scalp for daily hair care. I usually encourage that you do it 3 to 5 times in a week, especially if you're someone that has a dry scalp or the weather is actually dry. And if you are somebody that your scalp can retain oil for a longer time or for as long as possible, you can just do it once or twice in a week. Now, this is up to you. Check out what works for you and then note it down as usual. Number two is the weekly care. There are some things you can add to your weekly care, like your shampoo. You can do it twice in a month, which is bi-weekly, once bi-weekly. And your conditioning too can also be done twice in a month or once every week, depending on how your hair needs this. For shampooing, some people's hair gets as dirty as fast as possible. So I usually advise when you discover that you have this kind of hair, make sure that you are washing it twice twice in a month. But if you're not that type that accumulates dirt on your scalp, you can just stick to once in a month because it's not really so good to be washing your hair every week and every time, because sometimes it can lead to dehydrating your hair and your scalp too if proper care is not taken. For the second thing to do weekly is your conditioning. For your conditioning, you can do it after you wash your hair and also even when you don't wash your hair. Another thing you can do to your hair weekly is the detangling. Now, some people prefer to detangle their hair after every month. For instance, I like to detangle my hair after every month, and that is because I leave my protective styles for a month before I move on to detangling it again and doing another style. So, but for some people, they prefer to do protective styles that are loose, like big braids, big twists, chunky twists, and all of that with their hair. They find out that they have to loosen their hair every 2 weeks and all of that. So for those kind of people, you can actually detangle your hair weekly if that actually works for you. When you're detangling your hair, ensure you're using a white tooth comb or fingers to detangle, which is quite very, very important because using my fingers has actually helped me to grow thicker hair. So when you're using comb, you're using more force on your hair, and most likely if you're not careful you might not see your hair getting thicker, especially when you have a very light hair. You want to ensure that you are using your fingers more often so that it can at least get thicker. For your monthly care, you can use a clarifying shampoo or a sulfate shampoo to remove the buildups from your scalp, because if you're someone that uses a lot of product or a lot of DIYs, you actually need to cleanse it up from your scalp, because once this is not cleansed properly, it might stop other products that you add to your scalp from actually penetrating and doing their work. If you're someone that has a colored hair, or you're somebody that needs protein treatment, you can also move on to use protein treatment. But I would say that people that have low porosity do not need too much of protein treatment, especially when their hair is not damaged, especially when they don't use heat. They don't need protein treatment, because the more you use protein treatment, the more it can lead to breakage. So to balance it up, after a protein treatment, you can also do a deep conditioning treatment so as to get the best out of it, and so that your hair does not end up breaking. I just have the very simple and easy routines that you can use for your hair. But then you know what your hair is going through, you know what your hair actually needs. Do your research and then find out what anything extra that you think your hair needs, find it out and then add it to your routine so that it actually helps you out. This is just the basis for anybody that wants to start their natural hair journey and want to start with their natural routines. For you to get the best result, ensure you are doing these things consistently. The one that is meant to be done daily should be done daily. The ones that are meant to be done weekly should be done weekly, and the ones that are meant to be done monthly should be done monthly. There should be no thing left out. Try it out for a year and see if a magic doesn't happen. Like start at the beginning of the year and see what happens at the ending of the year when you are consistent with your routine, and you'll be so surprised to see like magic happening to you. Now, to end up this video, I'd just like to say that everybody has different types of hair. We have the low porosity, high porosity, and as we know, low porosity hair does not really absorb product. So for those kind of people, they need to use like lighter product and now move on to using it so that the product can actually penetrate into your scalp. For instance, when you're deep conditioning, you can use the heat cap, which I use almost all the time, so the air can easily absorb it. When you have high porosity, your hair might easily absorb these products as fast as possible, so you might not need to use it on your hair. So ensure that you know the kind of hair you have, the air porosity you have, so that you are able to like stick this or use this routine to fit your hair needs. I don't know if you understand. So if you have any question, you can kindly leave it in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer. I've done other videos on everything which you can check out. If you watch to the end and you've not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos like this when I release them. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.